Hello everybody, I want to make a video talking about WrestleMania 32. It just ended and I have some opinions about the overall event, and to sum it up, I feel like this was a WrestleMania of events that nobody predicted and for the most part nobody wanted. And I think it shows a systematic issue with WWE not having any idea what their fan base wants. But I will let the results show that. Okay, so the first match in WrestleMania was the ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, and as you probably know, Zack Ryder won. Now, Zack Ryder was the last person anyone expected to win the ladder match, but I honestly think it's pretty cool. Zack Ryder hasn't had much of a push at many times. I think it's interesting to see where we'll go. And I think Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn can sell many tickets without there needing a title on the line. So starting off, I think this match was pretty good. It was a really good match, actually. I'm happy with the result. The next match was Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. They've had a multi-match feud, and pretty much everyone assumed AJ Styles was going to win this, and he would win the set, and pretty much the feud would be over now. And instead, Chris Jericho won, which I don't think anybody predicted Chris Jericho to win at WrestleMania. I mean, AJ Styles was supposed to be getting a huge push because he just came to WWE, and although he wasn't in the title run for any titles, he was supposed to come out of this feud with Chris Jericho looking really strong. Instead, over 2 matches, Chris Jericho is kicked out of the Styles Clash twice, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's really, really dumb. I don't understand what they're thinking right here I understand Chris Jericho is Chris Jericho, but at the same exact time, like, AJ Styles is he's brand new to the roster, and they should be protecting him and making him look strong as much as they can, because he is the future of WWE. So I don't really understand the booking there. The next match, League of Nations versus the New Day for the Tag Team Championships, and the League of Nations won. And I don't think anybody predicted the League of Nations to win here. The New Day are probably the most over people in WWE right now, and they have been on a roll. And there's really not a tag team right now on the roster that has as much excitement and personality and characteristics to them than the New Day. So I mean, personally, there's no tag team on the roster right now that could be an acceptable and realistic competitor to the New Day. And yet they gave the titles to the League of Nations. Now, of course, there will always be a rematch, but I honestly don't think the League of Nations, which I feel is a very temporary group, because if all rumors is correct that King Barrett's going to be gone pretty soon, then Sheamus, Del Rio, and Rusev, I don't see them staying together for that much longer. While the New Day is going to be popular for some wild time, and they should probably be protected more and be rewarded more. So I don't really understand the booking with this result either. The next match was Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose, and this result made sense, but it wasn't really what I wanted. Brock Lesnar beat Dean Ambrose, and that made the most sense because Brock Lesnar is a freaking beast. But I really wanted to see Dean Ambrose get something. He has been, I feel, mistreated multiple times. He's been in the title run for the WWE title multiple times, and each time they just made him look weak, with Roman Reigns kicking out the dirty deeds multiple times over multiple matches, and Dean Ambrose just being the sidekick to Roman Reigns, And I felt like this would be a good opportunity for Dean Ambrose to be given an accolade of some kind so that he can maybe in some future be a good rival to Roman Reigns. And with him losing to Brock Lesnar, it just means Dean Ambrose very likely is going to go back to the mid-card and feud with Ziggler or Rusev, or I don't know. So basically, I mean, Dean Ambrose needed this win to have any legitimacy to go for the WWE title again. So while I understand Brock Lesnar is the beast, I wish Dean Ambrose would have won here. The next match, Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the WWE Women's Championship. And I'm so happy to say it's Women's Championship because the Diva era is over. Charlotte winning, was not what I feel most people wanted. I think the majority wanted Sasha Banks to win, but I can understand Charlotte winning. I do think Charlotte is a fantastic women's wrestler, and I think she will have plenty of good matches in the future with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. And while I would have loved to see Sasha Banks have her WrestleMania moment, this was also Charlotte's opportunity to have her WrestleMania moment. So I can understand where they're coming from. I don't absolutely hate this booking. And it was a good match. They put on a really, really good match. So good for them. The next match, The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. And it was not the main event. That was the shocker to me. Because, the only thing more important than the WWE World Heavyweight title is ownership of Raw, and part of the company, And this wasn't the main event, I feel like this would have been the main event, and that it wasn't the main event, that there was 3 matches ahead of it, pretty much signaled the result, that The Undertaker defeated Shane McMahon. And while it was a decent match, Shane McMahon jumped off the freaking Hell in a Cell, I think a lot of people really wanted to see Shane McMahon win and see what would have come from that. Like, if you look at the match and go, well, if The Undertaker wins, what comes from that? Well, you still have the authority and control, and it's the same boring crap, that we've been going through for years. But if Shane McMahon wins, then you have this possibility of many interesting new storylines and angles, and it's interesting. It's something new, and I think a lot of people wanted something new to see, So with Shane losing, I think it disappointed a lot of people, actually. And I think this is one of those big signs where WWE had no idea what the fans wanted. I think WWE went with the route that causes them the least amount of work. And now they literally have to do nothing. They can just write Shane McMahon off. I would be really surprised if Shane McMahon shows up on Raw tomorrow night and does anything of any value. Maybe he'll bring the lockbox and be like, I still have something over you, Vince, and maybe Vince will do something. I don't know. But at the moment, I think this whole storyline was kind of dumb. Teasing Undertaker's last WrestleMania, teasing Shane having a lockbox that had leverage over Vince, teasing Shane having ownership of Raw, and now it's just nothing, So I'm disappointed. 20-man Battle Royale, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. I would say I was really disappointed with the entrance in this. There was no Wyatt family. Maybe it was just because a lot of people were hurt, but it just seemed like after Big Show got eliminated, I was looking around going like, you have the Social Outcast taking up like almost half of it. Like, that's just not a very good group of people. Tatanka, DDP, Shaq, like what, really? Like, they really didn't have anybody else in the back that could fill these roles better. And Titus O'Neil's is still suspended, but they'll bring out Shaquille O'Neal? Really? Oh, it's dumb. It's really dumb. And to make it worse, this is likely Mark Henry's last match, and he was born in Texas, and he didn't win. They had him get hit really early on in the match and kind of lay outside the match for like half of it. And when he started coming back in the second half, I was like, oh, Mark Henry's going to win. He's going to win. Yes, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is a perfect send-off for Mark Henry. And then he got eliminated, and Baron Corbin won. And I was like, what the frick? Why did Baron Corbin, under any circumstances, deserve to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale? Really? Seriously? What did he do to deserve that? Nothing. He has done nothing of any worth in NXT. Now, he's not horrible. I'm not saying he's horrible. But, rank him up there with Big Show and Kane and Mark Henry on what they, contributed to the company in their years. To me, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is all about giving back to those who have given to the company a lot, with the Big Show winning the first one and Mark Henry should have won in the second one. But instead, Baron Corbin, who we likely won't see on the main roster this year, won it. Whoopee! It's dumb. Absolutely horrible booking on WWE's part. And then there was a impromptu match between The Rock and Eric Rowan that ended in 6 seconds. I crap you not, 6 seconds. I thought it was really cool, the Wyatt family coming out and talking to The Rock. Bray Wyatt versus The Rock on the mic was an amazing back and forth. And I really wanted to see The Rock versus Bray Wyatt. But I guess Bray Wyatt's hurt and The Rock is not in the shape to actually have an actual match. So they had him put on his wrestling attire, The Rock, and have him do a 6-second win over Eric Rowan. First off, I'm sorry, Eric Rowan. Like, damn, dude. Like, you didn't deserve to lose to The Rock in 6 seconds. I know he's The Rock, but damn, dude. Why did they even have a real match? I mean, all he did was just rock bottom and in 6 seconds pin 1, 2, 3. They could have done that without a match, and Eric Rowan wouldn't have that on his career as I lost to The Rock in 6 seconds. I think it would have been much better to just have them talking in the ring and then all three start attacking The Rock. John Cena comes out like he normally did. They push him back and then they celebrate. That's what should have happened. Instead, we got this weird tease of The Rock having another match and all this kind of stuff. I guess it was because earlier in the night, after the League of Nations won their match for the Tag Team Championships, they're like, we're the three greatest wrestlers of all time, and Stone Cold, Mick Foley, and Shawn Michaels came out. And they actually wrestled them some. They did a lot more than The Rock did. And I was blown away because I thought we'd never see Stone Cold get back in the ring and do any more wrestling. Same for Mick Foley, honestly. So I think they're trying to do something. Why didn't they just bring The Rock out during that time and have them four go against all four members of the League of Nations? That would have made so much more sense. And then you wouldn't have had this dumb, like, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family just get beat all the heck by two people. The whole layout of the overall event was just weird, with the Undertaker almost halfway through the card, the Memorial Battle Royale almost near the end. I would have put that more near the front, especially with Baron Corbin winning. Who freaking cares about that, So then the last match of the night, Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I was really, really hoping that this would be, I was saying, this is WWE's chance to show the crowds, show the viewers that they're listening and that they have come up with a creative way to handle our displeasure. Instead, it was the same old BS they've been trying to force down our throats for a year. More than a year. I guess I had given WWE more credit than they deserve, but I had thought that Roman Reigns would turn heel by attacking Stephanie McMahon. We'd have a double turn where Triple H is protecting her, but he loses the title in the process. So Triple H leaves as a face, Roman Reigns leaves as a heel, and they'll get a rematch later, but then it can bring in Seth Rollins as a face to go against Roman Reigns as a heel. That'd be a perfect setup. Instead, Roman Reigns stays the baby face he always has that everybody hates. Every time he did anything in the match, the crowd went boo. Every time Triple H hit him in the face, the crowd went yay. Even though Roman Reigns did spear Stephanie McMahon, and I was like, oh, it's happening. Nothing happened. It just, Roman Reigns beat Triple H clean. Even though they said no disqualification, it was not a no disqualification match. That would have been so much more interesting. And our new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Boo! Basically. And that just sums up WrestleMania 32. I think there was a ton of good matches in this WrestleMania. And I would say at least halfway through the pay-per-view, I was saying, like, this pay-per-view is amazing. But then it was like the last 4 matches of the night, or the last 3 matches of the night, just rubbed me the wrong way. Undertaker beating Shane, Baron Corbin winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, Roman Reigns defeating Triple H as a babyface. It just made me think, like, WWE has no friggin' idea what the fans really want. They just have their agenda, and they're just gonna keep continuing with their agenda like a little choo-choo train that isn't gonna stop at any crosswalk or anything. It could be a car on the tracks. They just ran right through it. It could be an old lady on a rocker crossing the tracks and then go choo-choo-choo. See ya, lady. I mean, I don't really think they have any idea what we want, what we like, and what we don't like. Instead, they just like, let's just continue pushing Roman Reigns down their throat. Let's try to do something with Baron Corbin, even nobody likes him. And even though Shane McMahon would have been a much more interesting finish, they're like, no, we gotta protect the Undertaker. The Undertaker has like 1 or 2 good more matches left in him, but it would have been so much more interesting seeing Shane McMahon win and see where that would have spiraled into. I'm just really disappointed with this WrestleMania, and I hate to say that because I really liked the thing. It's just the results. The results show WWE just has no idea what we like. I'm just speaking for myself, but I think there's a lot of people that have similar viewpoints. And I guess my last gripe is, why the heck was the US Championship title match on the pre-show? What the heck? How is there a title match on the pre-show? Really? That was dumb. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed listening to this, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope they do something on Monday Night Raw that makes up for all this crap, but I kinda don't think they will. Okay, until next time, see you later. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. See you later.